It covered 4 states in Brazil, but I mean, like parts of 4 states. It wasn't, I don't know exactly like geographically how big, but it was pretty big. Like there were some areas that you had to drive like 11 hours by bus to get to, so it's pretty big, I guess. The closest temple was like 3 hours away, and so it wasn't in our mission. So church in Teresina has only been there for 30 years, so it's not been there for very long at all. And so the members there, they are still learning, and they have a lot. They actually have quite a bit of members that were baptized when the church was first introduced in the area, and have fallen away since then. And so they have a lot of their wards and branches have a lot of less active members they've been members for like 20-something years, but they're growing really fast there, and so they are getting a temple in Fortaleza, which is pretty close by. So it's growing really fast there, and compared to it's only been there for 30 years, but it's a really great place. So we didn't have cars or bikes, and so everything's just walking. And so that's definitely different to get used to, like driving all day to walking all day, you know.
So you lost those pounds?
Oh, I lost some, but don't worry, the Brazilians like to feed you, so you keep up with your weight. But so we walk all day long, and so it's that was a little bit hard to get used to. Like my feet, oh my goodness, when I first got there, they were covered in blisters because your feet have to get used to the shoes, have to get walking all day. But after the first transfer, it was fine, and you get used to it really fast. It's just sometimes the heat is really bad, you know. But it's just walking, and if we need to go somewhere that's farther away, like if we need to go to a district meeting or to some kind of meeting, we'd go by bus, and so you just get on the bus.
Is it expensive to get a bus there?
It's $240. Which it's not too bad, but it depends how often you have to use the buses. If you have to use them a lot, then it can get pretty expensive. But just for like district meeting, it's not that bad.
So $240 American dollars?
No, that's Brazilian dollars. That's like, I think it's about $120 for American dollars. One thing that it was a strange adjustment for me is that in the States we're more like, you know, you have your schedule and you keep to your schedule. And you're there on time, you leave on time, all that stuff. But there in Brazil, the culture is more like relaxed, I guess is the best way to say it. They like it, like they would like beg for us, the members would beg for us to stay at their house. But we always have our work to do. And so one thing to get like the trust of the members, get the trust of your investigators and people that you work with is not to be so like cut and dry, I guess, if that makes sense. Like you have to, when you go there and teach, you have to spend a little bit of time to get to know them, or else they'll think you're being rude. And so, which you do that with any lesson, but I felt like that was a little bit harder for me because they wanted me to stay for hours instead of just for 15 minutes, you know. And so that was one thing that we had to work with. We had to schedule our lessons a little bit longer because we knew that they'd want us to stay and talk a little bit to earn their trust. And once they have their trust, they will do anything for you. So working with the members is really important because they will do anything for the missionaries if they like you. And it's kind of hard because if they don't like you, it's like they won't do anything. Or at least that's how it was in one of my wards. And so once you have the trust, they will do everything. They will go do contacts for you. They would find investigators, give you a ton of referrals. But I think that was a little bit hard for me, is that the members wanted me to stay at their house and to, you know, sit there all day, but we can't do that. We have to get our work done. Yeah, we would also tell them, like, when we have to leave. But I guess, like, in Florida, we were encouraged to be in a house for, like, an hour. And that's including the lesson, talking to them or whatever. And in Brazil, it was a little bit harder, like, to get in there, teach, and to leave in less than an hour because they just like to talk and talk and talk. And because they're really open, you know, they love the missionaries. And so we would like give us an extra like 15 minutes to, you know, get out the door and to talk to them and, you know, to finish the lesson.